My guest today is very special. She is someone who has built an extraordinary career around exactly that. Mrs. Haifa Al Mubarak, psychologist, executive coach, CEO and founder of Know-How. And she is one of the region's most respected voices in leadership development. Her work blends science, psychology, assessment, and deep human insight to help leaders unlock identity, presence, and purpose. Welcome back to another episode of Reimagining You. I'm your host, Dr. Elie Daher, and today we're diving into a topic that I believe sits at the heart of every powerful leader's evolution: knowing yourself well enough to lead yourself. My guest today is very special. She is someone who has built an extraordinary career around exactly that. Mrs. Haifa Al Mubarak, psychologist, executive coach, CEO and founder of Know-How. And she is one of the region's most respected voices in leadership development. Her work blends science, psychology, assessment, and deep human insight to help leaders unlock identity, presence, and purpose. So what I love about Haifa's approach is her belief that leadership starts from inside out. Before you communicate, before you influence, and before you lead a team, you have to understand who you are, how you show up, and what story you're telling the world. And as many of you know, that sits at the core of my own 10-step process in personal branding. So today, we're going to explore emotional intelligence, identity reinvention, visibility, and legacy, but in a way that gives you practical steps you can apply tomorrow. So whether you're a professional navigating transitions, a woman leader seeking presence in the room, or someone redefining yourself mid-career, this episode is for you. Haifa, I'm delighted to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for the nice introduction, and I really like it. And no, truly, and I like, Elie, what you are doing, because really, it does not help us a professional, it also helps other people. So I love the initiative, and I think I will do something similar because I like it. I was thinking about it for a long time.
Great.
And to see it happening encouraged me. To see somebody in the profession is doing something, which I am aiming to do. So
Great.
Thanks again.
And anything I can support will be my pleasure.
Thank you. You are always supportive. So,
Haifa, we're going to talk about you first. You have an outstanding career and an outstanding business of Know-How. It's called Know-How. Tell me a bit about how did Know-How come to life?
okay. That's very interesting because really it tells a lot. It also encouraged me and my colleague and the people around me not to take a no for an answer. Okay, and also to try hard. And if you are not in a place that you are comfortable, don't torture yourself. Because,
Okay.
you are always afraid of the unknown, uncertainty.
Absolutely.
We have seen it in COVID. People who really were afraid did not leave the house, they have a lot of problems. People who try to adapt, and to go forward and to accept and say, okay, I will not take this, as a barrier. Those really who people who flourish, who gained from COVID.
Yeah.
So it depends
Absolutely.
in which camp you are in. So for me, I was working for the oil industry for 18 years. I was one of the pioneer women. And then I come in a stage in my life where I was promised to be, I was senior. I was promised to be the head of department. And then it was not go through because at that time, I'm talking about 20, not now. The only reason why I'm not promoted because I am a woman.
Okay.
So I could not take this
Back
as an
then.
answer. Yeah, back then, So I could not take it an answer. I put my resignation, have no clue what I will do with my life.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'll be a housewife, enjoy the luxury of housewife. It is not for me. It
Okay.
is not for me, everybody has different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I tried, I work with a British company to start with the training because the last post I have was superintendent training.
Okay.
So this is the thing I really like and the things I can find myself. So when I work with them, their mentality is different. They could not understand the market. They cannot read the people. So they put for me a target, for example.
Okay.
The first target was, let's say, 500,000 a year. I came up with 1 million. Then I became their partner.
Okay.
Because then once I am there in that position, and because I know the market, because I open doors, they think they can do without me.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So they raise, for example, the target, they make it very hard. I said, no, I will not take this. So they will not pay me my end of whatever, I owe them. So I take it to the court.
Wow.
And of course, my husband, people around me say, you are wasting your money because, you have to pay it for the lawyer. I said, it's a matter of principle.
Yeah.
It is not a matter of money, So I win the case.
Okay.
And they paid me.
Nice.
And I paid the lawyer. I still have some.
Okay.
So that's what I believe in.
Okay.
Believe in yourself, believe in your ability, believe in your right, and fight for it.
Absolutely.
So this is how I started know-how. So when I started, since now I have gained from the experience, I know what applies in the West or in the States is not really is needed.
Exactly.
So I do the training program according to professional standard, but with the culture.
Yeah, adapted to the culture.
Adapted the culture to the laws, all these things.
Absolutely.
So in order, again, to gain credibility, because I'm in the new market, I'm new in the market, when I go to the know-how, and nobody heard about it, they will not give you the business. Let's be it.
Yes.
So I get the certification from ILM, which is International Leadership Management, and which is known. So Know-how was the first private training organization to get the ILM certification.
Yeah.
Of course,
Nice.
Global have it, Emirates Airline have it. This is a big institute, but in terms of private, we were the first in Abu Dhabi. I think even
in the region,
in the UAE, I would say. So when I go to the organization, I tell them I'm certified by ILM, or I have ILM certification courses.
So you started building the credibility.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is how we started on.
Okay, and this is what, 20 years, 30 years?
24 years.
24 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And still we are in the business.
Yeah. No, that's a very nice story. It reminded me of a couple of points here, because if for our audience and viewers, we always talk about the mission. So your story of the oil and gas and you not taking the promotion and you resign, and you did not know what to do, and that's the dangerous zone. What I always tell the viewers and audience is that you are sitting in a comfort trap. So you have a nice business card, which you had, a nice title, and a big company that you worked for, and but a lot of maybe sitting. In your case, maybe you had a bit of liability, responsibility, or you were stable with no risk. You have a job, right? The danger is that when you decided and there's a compelling event that you don't want to continue, or you're not happy, or there is a release from the company, you found yourself out with nothing to do, and no visibility at all. And I call it PIP, previously important person, right? So you lose the seat on the front and you are in the back. And that's the danger. And that's what we tell people on the podcast and outside the podcast when they, and then when they read the Reimagining You book, it's the 10-step process of how do you actually start working on your visibility. If you're expert in a domain, in a field, in something, and you're not visible, there's no value for it except within your company. So work on your visibility, and maybe back then, if you thought about it, maybe you would have worked on your visibility, and then at least you had a plan to continue on, and maybe know-how would have started 30 years ago, or you didn't have to go through the case with the British company, right? So that's excellent introduction. Now, of course, you have a certain know-how, and you build it on a learning and development. So you naturally evolved into the same field, learning and development, because it's your passion, right? For people to venture out, there are 3 options, and I want to ask your opinion on the option. One is, let's say, imagine this is a swimming pool within a gym, as in a big sport complex. You can stay in your lane, which is training in a certain domain, right? You can be in the swimming pool, which could be in L&D development or HR, let's say, or you can be in the gym or in a sport complex by doing something else. Maybe you want to go into catering or musician or another thing. There are three different options that people take. Each one carries different weight. In your opinion, when somebody is in the corporate and thinking of, okay, well, I'm tired of corporate, I want to do something else. Is it better to stay in the lane? Is it good to stay in the swimming pool? Or is it just follow your passion, whatever the passion is? What do you think?
I think it is a combination of all what you have mentioned. For example, when I left the secure job, I have no clue what to do. So I opened a flower shop.
Okay.
Why I do that? Because I thought, since I like people, I entertain a lot, I like flowers.
Okay.
So this is something I know how to do. So I said, okay, maybe this is what it meant to be, that I open my flower shop, enjoy life.
Nice.
I took a few courses, technical courses about flower arrangement. And down the road, like after 1 year, when I know a lot, and when I did a good job, I said, this is me, or I have more to offer. You know? So that year for me was very crucial. First of all, it gave me time to reflect. It take me time, like, not to regret, because if I did something else, I said, no, but I like flowers, I should have opened a flower, you know?
Yes.
So that was essential. I carried with the flower shop for 20 years, but as a side business.
Okay. And then you went back to your
And then I went back
passion.
because, I thought I can offer more. So I start taking these different courses, and I keep adding to them, because I believe, you know, in Quran they say, Iqra, the first word.
Akid.
So you have to really
Continuous learning.
Continuous learning.
Even if you're at 75, it's
Exactly,
continuous learning, keep the brain fresh.
Exactly. So I keep adding, like I took the MTQ, I take the personality, 15FQ, I took leadership, and also I took a lot in NLP. And I am certified, you know, a master in NLP. And every time I add something, again, it opened doors for me. So I think it is combination. You go for your passion, you go for things you are good at, and you combine.
Yes.
You combine everything, because really without my flower shop, I could not have survived. I tell you, mentally.
Yeah, that's a nice transition, actually, you know, but from a corporate life to really something that is easy, that is more zen, you know, calm you down.
And also when I'm stressed in the office, I go to my flowers and I do that.
Just from the smell of the roses, it can go wrong.
But again, you know, the thing is we have to keep moving.
Yes.
For example, before the COVID hit, I said, no, let me do, because everybody online. So my shop, from actual shop, it became an online shop.
Okay.
And I do things other than flowers. You know, I do like vases, I do small decoration, because this is my hobby, you know. So I combine.
And you have great taste.
Thank you, thanks. So yeah, that's what happens, you know. You have to be flexible, capability to change, you know. That's the most important thing.
Yes.
Also, it applies on business, as you know. Now everybody in AI. So really, unless we move on that, you know, a platform, again, you lose the business.
Yes.
We have done the transaction, you know, a lot. First of all, we started with learning about this assessment, because like we started 22 years, the assessment was not very popular. So we found this niche in the market. So we enter from that, you know. Of course, training, always we did training, but people knew us for assessment. We assess more than 8,000 UA national. So we have a data, you know, we can do research about it.
Absolutely.
Then we said, okay, now there is a lot of people who are doing assessment, different kind of assessment. What is next? Next is AI. So we put this course about 2 years ago.
Okay.
It is the psychology of AI.
Okay.
Because people, when you say AI, a lot of people, they have this panic.
Yes.
So unless we work on their psychology, we cannot teach them anything about AI. So
I want to touch on 2 points. Thank you for sharing your story on the flower shop, because you reminded me the first time I left, I was working for an oil and gas company as well. 8 years in that job, I had enough. I was on rigs, and so I went and started. This is when I migrated back to Canada, and I started an antique boutique shop, right?
So
And
we are in the same field.
yeah, and I was selling vases, bronze, brass, kalagas. I used to import them from Thailand and Myanmar, and then get them to Montreal, and then sell them. So this has kind of changed my perspective, from the oil rigs, the harsh environments in the middle of the Suez Canal to an antique. Then a lady comes in or a man comes in, and I spent like an hour trying to convince her to buy a small vase when I'm an engineer, dealing. So it was kind of the perspective change and a mindset reframing. After 8 months, I couldn't take it anymore, so I went back. I went back to the corporate world. So we relate to that story, very nice. And the shop stayed for 7 years and then and had to sell it. So that's another comparison of the story. The second one, which is interesting to talk more about, which is the psychology of AI. So 2 days ago, I ran a first live masterclass. My masterclass was the human advantage.
Okay.
How to make yourself irreplaceable in the AI world. And it was very well done because everybody talks about AI. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of confusion. What's going to happen to me? How AI is going to interact with me? How can I benefit from AI, or how can I be fearing the AI? So I said, okay, well, you need to make yourself irreplaceable. And I give the example, which I will also tell it here. You have two doctors, Dr. A and Dr. B, one in the East and one in the West. They're the best of that particular disease. Each one has seen, in their normal days, 500 patients. So they have a solid background. Today with AI and with all the data of thousands of patients, a junior can have 500,000 MRIs of the same disease, right? And these guys are the same. So now their knowledge is commoditized. What makes them different? How do you choose now from Dr. A, Dr. B, or even the junior guy, because they all have the same access to knowledge? And the answer is, well, they have to have a uniqueness. What is their uniqueness? And I define it into something called the adaptive 7. I'm not going to share it here, but a lot of those adaptive 7 is something that you actually work on, such as, I'll give you a hint, emotional intelligence, we're going to talk about it. Adaptability, which you talked about it, and so forth. Cultural sensitivity is a third one. So I encourage the viewers and audience to subscribe to my channel and ask for the masterclass, because it's an eye-opener. So I defined an adaptive 7. These are the skills of the future, and that's what corporations need to train their leaders on to become future ready. And there's the 5 C's, and the 5 C's is all about personal branding. You can have everything you want. This doctor and this doctor could develop emotional intelligence and that, but if they're not visible out, people will not know that this person is ready for me, right? They can go to anybody. So I asked this question during the masterclass, and at the end, I give them the answer. Well, this doctor will go and ask me, are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have financial means? Do you have insurance? How is the work schedule? Do you travel a lot? And he asked me tons of questions. Why? Because he's practicing empathy, he's practicing emotional intelligence to see who is this human in front of me. And to cater and to customize the treatment so he doesn't impose too much on my life, but also manage the risk of the treatment. Well, this doctor will tell me, no, this is the protocol. Do this, do that, do that. Which doctor I'm going to go to is this person.
Definitely.
Right? So to go to here, and that's basically what I say, the adaptive 7, and that develops the uniqueness of a person. Talking about uniqueness, now you have done a lot of certifications on assessments, and you have, mashallah, 8,000 UAE national database. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Can you pick from the assessment what makes the person unique?
I think everybody is unique.
Of course,
by nature, but people are more skilled than others. So, for example, if your question is why this guy is more unique than the other, it is, first of all, there is the charisma, which we are born with it. This is
Yes.
one thing, you cannot deny it. And also, this is his ambition and how much he wants to work on himself. And also, it is their hobby, because really, hobby tell me a lot about a person. All these things, also purpose in life is important.
Yes.
You know, I cannot differentiate one from the other. You need all these things to make you unique. So clarity and
Yes.
purpose in life, ambition, you have to be,
Yes.
you have a passion for something.
Absolutely.
And also the hunger to learn. All these things make you unique. Whatever, in which field you are, these are, I would say, the recipe or the ingredients for being unique.
That's very interesting, very interesting. Now, I'm gonna dive into one element of the uniqueness, which is emotional intelligence. I think if you read now everywhere, one key skill, if you don't have anything, but you have one skill, which is emotional intelligence, and that's your first and foremost skill to learn in this, because AI will do logic, AI will analyze patterns, but it will not be you.
True.
And working with humans. So, can you tell me what is emotional intelligence for you?
Okay, emotional intelligence for me, and to put it in a simple term, is to read the room, let's say, to read the people, to read the situation.
Okay.
Okay, and this is, some people are born with it, some people are not. But
okay.
but it can be developed. Having said that, it does not mean if you are not born with it, it cannot be developed.
Okay.
Of course, with the training, with assessment, with all these things, and this is, as you said, it is essential. So in my coaching, I do a lot of emotional intelligence, and I teach it to people.
Okay.
So this is part of their coaching when they do coaching, and. That's in simple term. When you tell me what is emotional intelligence, I will tell you the ability, whether you have it or you learn it, to read the things around you, to read yourself first.
Okay.
So it starts from the inner, and then it goes from the outer. Because if I don't know what is inside me, I will be focusing more in emotions I cannot control,
Yes.
negative feeling I have. So whatever in front of me, I cannot read it. Once I'm clear from the inside, then I can read you better. I can see situation better. So it takes two to tango.
Okay.
It takes the inner understanding and the outside world.
And that's really your approach, and it's a unique approach, because if I don't understand myself, I cannot help
No,
people, right?
exactly.
I cannot lead. I cannot. No, that's very nice. Well said. I'm going to go back to your AI. I'm thinking about your psychology of AI, of course. What do you mean by that? What do you teach?
Okay. I'm not an AI expert.
Okay.
So I cannot tell you, for example, you have to do this or you have to,
Yes.
But of course, like as anybody else, I have tried AI, I use it. But again, I use it to a certain extent. I tell you why. For example, we were reading, I am part of a book group.
Okay.
And one of the suggestions, it was really my suggestion, and I don't regret, but I take a lot of blame, but then they appreciate it. It was called Games People Play.
Okay.
It is a very, let's say, famous book. And I said, since it is 180 pages, it should be easy. It took us 3 months. It was like a summer reading.
Okay.
Because summer, you want something easy, 180, you can manage. It takes us 3 months to really to go through it. First of all, the concept is amazing. It is done by a psychoanalyst. The way he writes is not easy.
Okay.
And the words he used was a challenge. Although, like, my English is good, it is my second language, but I would consider myself fluent in English.
You are.
Yeah, I suffered, because the word he uses, it is not only technical, but it is beyond, Things he can say, for example, let's say in 10 words to make it easier to understand, he will make it in 1 word.
Okay.
So,
So
you
deep
have
context,
Yeah,
high
deep,
level
deep,
context,
deep, deep.
not, okay.
So when I put the book on the group, they were complaining, like, what is this book? We don't understand anything. My advice was to the group is read the first 50 pages and then things will get clearer, even if you don't understand anything, which is true. So when we met, after I received all the complaints, and they say, and then when we read the book, what did I did? I went to AI.
Okay.
And I said, what is he trying to say in this chapter?
Make it simple for me, please.
Yeah, to understand.
Yeah.
Unless you know your material, unless if I take AI as it is, it was wrong. So I take what he's telling me.
Okay. I see.
And then I said, maybe he meant this, because this doesn't make sense for me. So unless you know your material, AI would not take you long. It will take you, but not far.
I have a story for you on AI. So yesterday I had a podcast episode with a famous lawyer here in Dubai. He's also a friend. And I know him from 10 years ago. So I did my research. Every time I do a podcast for to make justice to the guest, I have to do research. So I used Claude.ai, which is a more advanced research tool on AI. Yeah. So I put in his name and I said, give me a deep research from, since he was born till now. And so he gave me 17 pages, went to 197 sources, all referenced. And he told me a story because I asked, give me a fun story that I can break the ice with. And he gave me a story. And you know what was the story? And the story was when this gentleman was in court in Paris with his defendant. A parrot came in the room of the court. And a parent of the defendant was in the room. And while they're, doing the debate, the parrot says, don't kill me, don't shoot, don't kill me. And that's the parrot repeating the words. And what happened is that the court took that and tried to, focus on the defendant, and he got indicted. I said, wow, this is an interesting story. How come my friend did not mention that? So because I'm his friend, and I started doubting the question, I said, Claude, is this a story true? Give me the reference. And Claude, sorry, I apologize. This is a fiction story. So if I didn't check,
exactly.
I would have believed that story. Exactly. Can you imagine?
Exactly.
So that's very interesting thing. You know what you prompt. You have to know your material.
Exactly.
You have to know your guest. Otherwise, AI can be leading you dangerously, right? A parrot in the courtroom, right? I mean, what imagination is this? So when you help a lot of professionals, craft their development journey. You do assessments, you listen to them, you see what they're going to achieve, and then you develop a plan for them.
Right.
I'm going to talk about storytelling, and the reason I'm on focus on storytelling because it's important for visibility, for owning the room, for being present. So how important is storytelling in the leadership journey or development journey?
It is very important because through giving, like if I come and tell you, Elie, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Maybe you will do, maybe you will not, because it does not make sense to you. It could be, or you will say it is not relevant to me.
Okay.
Or it is so much touching fundamentally that you refuse it.
Okay.
So, if I come and tell you a story about something, but it is relevant to the situation.
Okay.
It will sink. That's why kids learn a lot through stories, not through the classroom. And I will tell you why. Because consciously, logically, we know what we are doing. So I don't need your advice.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, if I come through, not the logic, not the conscious, if I come through the subconscious,
Yes.
subconscious is like a small child. He likes to be entertained.
Okay.
And what governs our action is not the conscious. The conscious may be 7 to 10%. 90% come from the subconscious.
Okay.
So if I want to reach to you to change your behavior, let's say you are a leader, and I want to change that behavior, I will come through storytelling.
Okay.
Okay. Like for example, I will bring something. Let's say you are very aggressive in your leadership styles. Okay, I will not come to tell you you are aggressive and I want you to change this and this and this. I will come and tell you something like happened to me as a child, and I was treated, let's say,
So
badly.
you started relating.
You start relating, but I did not come through orders.
Yeah, you
or
trigger some
loaded.
emotional
Exactly.
response.
Yeah, and I will tell you like the way I handle it because I was, they were like violent to me. My parents, like I have to invent a story, whether it is true or
Yeah,
not true,
yeah.
to pass a message. This go quicker.
AI is great on reinventing stories.
Sorry. Yeah, but again, you have to evaluate.
Yes,
He,
yes,
he
of course.
invented. You have to say, is it relevant?
Yeah.
Is it like ethical to use this? Because
True.
ethics is very important, and people can tell if it is true or false from the way you said it, from your passion, from
Yeah.
when you put yourself.
Yes.
Because I can come and tell you 100 stories, maybe you will believe 2, because it belongs to me.
Yes.
And the 8 is not belong. I heard it from somebody else. I'm just repeating. That would not make an effect. So yes, storytelling is very important.
Okay. And you mentioned something about being ethical, but I'm thinking also you want to use the word authentic.
Again.
Because being authentic is the true voice,
Yeah.
right? So if you do a storytelling, which is I think in persuasion world is it's called social proofing. So you're supporting your thought process or your belief or your stance or whatever with a story that holds ground because it is just happened. As long as you have clarity in your voice and being authentic, transparent, and truthful to yourself and to the person you're talking to. Very good, very good. I want to talk about visibility. So we talked about emotional intelligence, we talked about the leadership development, which is around storytelling. But I want to talk about visibility. And why is that? Because of course, in the personal branding mission that I have is, you want to know yourself, right? You discover your uniqueness, you know your pillars of wisdom or knowledge, and then you want to be visible out there. Without being visible, nobody knows that you are expert in those things. So being visible, and the question always comes to me, okay, how can I position myself, being visible out there, without feeling that I'm selling myself? There's a fine line.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I understand what you are saying. Again, it comes from the value. For example, if I believe in my product, I'm selling my product. And I don't have this image that I'm selling you.
Okay.
Because I can sell you these eyeglasses, okay, and I'm not believing in it. I will not do a good job.
Yes.
And at the same time, it is degrading for me.
Yes.
But if I believe that this is the brand you need, or this is the service you need, I put my heart into it. And actually, I have a client who is very high in the hierarchy, but when she goes to meetings, she's very bad at selling herself. It comes from her subconscious mind that selling is bad.
Oh, okay.
So I have to change her mindset that selling is not bad, because you are selling a product, you are selling knowledge that is needed. Once I manage to do that, then she excels.
Okay.
So again, what you are saying is absolutely true. You don't want to degrade yourself. The only way is to believe in what you are doing.
And you mentioned something very important. Believe in this product that they need.
Exactly.
So you put in perspective the person in front of you, and this is, you really, from your heart, you believe that if I offer you this, you will be better. You will be more productive, be better in emotion, in this, and this, and this, and it really helps you. So very important point. And that becomes, not selling by them, like
Like commercial.
commercial or whatever. Very, very important point. Very good. And that's a good takeaway for our audience and viewers. Don't be shy. If you believe in the product, if you believe in your knowledge, put it out there. Be visible. You're not going to be feeling that you're selling it yourself. It's really something that you put out for the people to benefit from. Coming to that point, benefiting from, I'm going to talk about relationship and networking. Okay, because the definition of networking, with a lot of people are taking it wrong. Let me give you an example. So we are in a social gathering or we are in a conference, same setting, same situation, right? So I go there, I am a VP of a company, and I present myself, right? Haifa, I'm Elie Daher, I do so and so. Then Haifa presents herself, Haifa, I'm the owner of Know How, and that's what we do. Okay. What goes on in your mind? What goes on in my mind? What do you think?
First of all, I would think is, who is Elie Daher? I don't want, at this point, I don't want to know his business. I want to know
The person.
who is he?
Okay.
Okay, can I work with him? That will be my second thought. Okay, so for me to work with anybody or to get in, I like to know what is their value. Is their values something I can work with, even though they are different than my values?
Yes.
But alignment is important.
Yes.
Or he is a person I will never work. I don't care who he is. So that's why I'm so much interested in Elie as a person.
And the person.
Before I am interested in what he does as a business.
Thank you for saying that, because you added a third dimension to my story around networking. So let me tell you what most people have answered. Their answer is that we are in a social gathering. I meet the person, we shake hands, and we introduce itself. The first thing that comes to my mind, can this person add to my business? Can I sell him something or sell her something? Or can I, benefit from that sort? The same thing goes in that person, the other person's mind. Now, if there is no mutual benefit, pleasure meeting you, and you go to work somebody else. Same thing in conferences. You go with your business card, and you meet somebody. Okay, I do this, and you do that. This company, you. Okay, there's no business there. Pleasure meeting you, and you go work somewhere. The approach is completely wrong. We all get it wrong. Why? And this came from a lot of guests like yourself in the podcast. Well, let's say, if you want to really foster a good relationship, when you introduce yourself to the person, you ask the person, let's say Haifa is the owner of Know How. The first thing that comes to mind is, how can I help Haifa? Not how can I extract value. Oh, Haifa, I know somebody in Abu Dhabi that might be looking for that. Or Haifa, I want to introduce you to a great person that could be, something, without me taking any benefit. What will go on in Haifa's mind is that, this person is genuine, he wants to help me. Why don't I reciprocate? And then you start helping, right? Furthermore, one guest has come to line and told me, yes, but I want to add one more thing. So then what? And that was my good friend C.B. Bowman. And this is a lady that you might need to get introduced. I will say it on camera because she's a wonderful lady. She's the founder of the Association of Corporate Executive Coaches out of the US. It's the elite coaches. She told me, if I give a reference, I say, Haifa, you need to talk to this person. I think this person is great for you. And I will follow up after 3 months. I will ask Haifa and I will ask the person, did you connect? How was the relationship? Why is that? Because my reputation is gold. If I give a reference and this person is not really the standard of that reference, my trust is broken. Right? Now you added a third dimension, right? Because you want to know that person not from the business card, but as a person, and to want to see the values and if it is aligned to follow on the discussion. And that helps later on if I want to give that person a reference or any help or anything. But that's a great third dimension. Thank you for that.
Pleasure.
I love it.
Because I really believe in it. I cannot give reference to Elie unless I know what type of person he is.
Yes.
What is his value? I would not go and ask him, what is your value, But from the way he's telling a story or he's telling something, I can deduct, what type of person Elie is after.
Yeah. Now, I know you worked a lot with women, right? When women they're trying to, some of the women struggle to put their identity and visibility out. So what is your advice for women who struggle really with visibility? How do they show up powerfully in meetings and conferences? You have been denied a job because, that was a long time ago, right? I'm sure things have changed a lot these days. But what's your advice to women who are struggling with this visibility style?
Here, I think confidence.
Okay.
If I don't do anything, I want to build their confidence. I want them to believe in themselves. Studies has shown by Catherine Hoffman
Okay.
that if there is a job, a man will apply for it if he has 60% of the qualification.
Okay.
The woman will not apply unless they have 100%.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting study.
Yes.
Because the man, he thinks, okay, I can do it, I can handle it. This is the way we are brought up.
Okay.
The woman, if they don't have 100%, they don't want to commit.
I relate to a person dear to my heart
Okay.
that does that.
So I think if you talked at the beginning about like how did I survive, how to become who I am, I believe if I'm given the opportunity, I can do it. I'll tell you my first, like after I left the job, you have this uncertainty, you have this.
Yes, you start doubting yourself.
My confidence was like that, you know. So I went to an oil company to sell a product for this training organization, the British one. And the guy, he was like a high senior. He told me, Haifa, you know why I accept to see you? I said, no. He said, that's exactly his wording, that you don't know me, I don't know you, but from the correspondence, you seems to me as a highly professional and ethical.
Okay.
Although your organization is none of the above.
Oh, really?
I was shocked, you know. I said, how is that? He said, we write to them a lot of emails asking for certain courses. They never respond back. So professionalism is not there. And what kind of ethics is there, you know? So I am willing to gamble. That's exactly what his word. I'm willing to gamble.
Okay.
I will give you one course. If you manage it, then I will give you. But it is your responsibility. It is in your hand.
Okay.
I tell him, look, thank you for the trust. But because I believe in it, and I believe we are doing a good job, if we don't deliver as your satisfaction, don't pay us.
Nice.
I mean, this is a gamble.
You gambled.
I gambled.
Yes,
you know?
yeah, you did.
And I managed, look, because I was on top of it. And
Yeah.
I believe in the course. I believe, okay, there was like a miscommunication or there was a lack of interest from the company.
Yes.
But I am here now, you know. It is my job to do it.
Of course.
After that, they gave us 40 courses in that year.
Nice.
You know, but again, although my confidence was shaky at that time, this built my confidence. You know, because once I know the feedback, and they gave us 40 courses at that year, that built my confidence. So
Okay.
I think a woman has to work on their confidence. This is first number one. This is my advice to everybody. Whatever it can build your confidence. Dressing. People think, oh, this is very artificial. You know, I don't need to be dressed. No. In COVID, because the business was low, I came up with a course that I sell it to the gallery in Abu Dhabi. And the course about was bonding with your brand. Because I believe if you are not dressed in a way that you feel comfortable and that reflects you, because clothing is reflect. It is not
Yes.
only clothing, it is a branding.
Yeah.
So if I don't dress this, they will not take me seriously. So it is not an artificial. Whatever brings you confidence, do it.
Okay.
You know?
Very important point. I like it. And it applies for both women and men because, you know, when men even go they have a speech or a presentation, the first thing is have confidence in what you're going to say. You have 100 people, they're here sitting in a room because of you, because they want to listen to you. Not the other way, right? You're not begging people to come, right? So have confidence you have something valuable to share and people are there to listen to you.
True.
So stop shaking, stop worrying, have confidence, own the room, own the presence. No, it's very important. I like that. We're coming close to the end of of our episode, and I really enjoyed it. I wish we have more time. But I'm going to talk about the future. One is for people, and two is on your legacy. Well, first, I want to discover, when do you think the time to reinvent yourself? And I give you a context. You have been with Know-How for many, many years. And I think through your journey, you reinvented several times Know-How, even though under the same brand. When is the time now for the next reinvention?
I think I started 2 years ago.
With the AI?
With the AI, because if I want to be in the market,
Yes.
I have to be in that league.
You have to reinvent.
I mean, like when we say, this episode. So I was never comfortable in media, to tell you frankly. And I don't like photos. It is not me. Like, for example, when we go with a group, I say, what we are. We are
I wasn't sure you're going to accept my invitation on the podcast.
This is, again, when you see reinvent yourself.
Yes.
Yes. It is part of reinventing. If I want to
I'm the beneficiary of that.
No, it's true. If I want to be with, in this time, if you ask me 5 years ago, maybe I will not accept. I'll tell you very. So it's part of the reinventing.
Yes.
So to think about do also something similar to that, for me, it is a big challenge.
Yeah.
But again, if I want to survive, I have to do it.
Yes.
So again, I'm out of my comfort zone.
Yes. So the message to the audience and viewers, it's okay to be out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
But find the time, find the will, and find the opportunity to really move forward if you want to live and survive and continue the momentum. Absolutely, that's good. My last question of the day. I'm going to project 5 years from now. I know you're on LinkedIn, but a title. You have a title. What do you think your LinkedIn will read 5 years from now? What are you trying to leave as legacy?
Look, I believe so much in giving.
Okay.
And I do give a lot. Like, as I know how we do once a month presentation about well-being, using art as a mean of well-being.
Okay.
So I do it either for the organization, or I do it for institute. For example, we have done it for the elderly in Abu Dhabi. So if anything has to be remembered of me, Haifa Al Mubarak, or Know-How, it is an organization that believes in society, in giving society, be part of the society. It is not only business. I am. This is the legacy.
Yes.
I am working from day one.
Okay.
So I am a member a lot of organization, non-profit organization. I do a lot of book groups. I'm part of a lot of book groups because I believe the community has to come together to be stronger. Through what? Through different. Because as I said before, learning, teaching, education. This is number one.
Yeah.
So whatever I do, it has to be related to this. For example, I have been asked to do, I volunteer to do flower arrangement, for an organization that is like social organization. We will say what they are learning from doing flowers. You will ask.
Yeah.
I make it educational, meaning
Okay.
I talked about why, and I use also, because I'm from this part of the world, I know the culture.
Yes.
I use Quran because people, if you tell them something from the Quran, they believe in you better.
Yes.
So I take examples from the Quran, that the importance of the plants, the importance of the flowers.
Okay.
So it is part of our religion.
Yes.
So it is not only cut and do, there is an educational that goes with
Nice.
it. I talked about different school of flower arrangement. You have the Japanese, you have the European, you have the classic, you have the modern. And also, then when they get this information, I want to test that they get the knowledge, So I tell them, like, now, which arrangement you are going to make, you tell me. And then I put the pictures. I want to do the European. I want to do the classic, Then I am happy that they grasp the concept.
Yes.
So whatever I do, education is number one. If it is for pleasure, it has to be number one.
Very nice, and I love the story of the legacy because you're giving back to the society.
Exactly.
You are from this society, and you're volunteering. Everything you do for a purpose, which is giving back to your community, to the society at large. A lot of the values, a lot of the know-how which is the brand know-how, right, to them, whether in business, whether in art, whether it's in social. No, I love that, and I wish you great luck for keeping that legacy and
Thank
far
you.
beyond.
Thanks.
Haifa, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on this episode. I really, truly enjoyed it. I thank you for being transparent, honest, authentic, and your voice as gold.
Thank you. Thanks
You
a lot.
shared a lot of knowledge to our viewers and audience. I hope you enjoyed this episode with Mrs. Haifa Mubarak. Stay tuned every Thursday at 5 p.m. for another episode of Reimagining You with great guests like Haifa Mubarak. Thank you so much and goodbye.
Thank you very much. And thank you for your audience.
You're welcome.
Thanks.